Thank you for joining me today. My name is Irene Lai and I'm Senior Regional Marketing Manager for Sage Asia Pacific. This session aims to give you an overview to support you supercharging your research. Today, I'm going to introduce to you what Sage Research Methods is and who it is for. Then I'll go through the tools that are available for you to use in your research projects, followed by a short platform demo showing you how to create your profile so that you can save searches and manage your reading list. I will also cover some quick tips for searching for methods based on content types. Without further ado, let's get started. Sage Research Methods is a comprehensive digital library designed to support anyone involved in research or seeking to understand it. It offers a carefully curated collection of resources on research methodology contributed by leading experts worldwide. The content is written by researchers themselves. This platform helps streamline the research process by consolidating diverse materials such as books, case studies, data sets, and multimedia content all in one place. By using Sage Research Methods, users can save valuable time that would otherwise be spent searching through scattered sources, allowing them to concentrate more effectively on their specific research questions. It also helps users improve their workflow, especially when they struggle to find the right methodology. Sage Research Methods offers solutions so students, researchers, faculty, teaching instructors, project supervisors, and librarians. Each group will find it beneficial in its own way to utilize the content. Here, I've stated some examples. You may find yourself in different situations, but will still find them relatable. And where can you find this tool? From your library portal, search Sage Research Methods from the search box, and you can refine your search by selecting databases from the resource category. The platform allows you to save searches and add content to reading lists. Save Search feature allows you to come back to your search results to browse through the content that you have previously searched for. Reading List allows you to curate a list of content you like to keep for future reference. The list can also be shared with your peers or students. Before you can do that, you will have to create your profile, which is linked to your university. If you haven't created a profile, here's how you can do it. First, ensure that you're logged into your library portal. You can type Sage Research Methods to look for this database. And once you're in the platform, you can see your university logo or the name of your university appearing here. If you don't, please consult with your librarian to assist you. Or it may be possible that your library have yet to subscribe to Sage Research Methods. Then click on to My Profile button located on top right of the page. You will see a pop-up page like this to allow you to either sign in if you already have an account or click on Create My Profile button. Finally, follow through the instructions to fill in your details to complete the registration. Once that is done, you can then save searches and add resources to your reading list for either personal referencing or sharing. Then you can start your search. If you know the method that you want to search for, you can type in keywords directly in the search box. Or you can click on Browse By to display the drop-down menu where you can select to search by discipline, content type, or topic. Sage Research Methods offers 4 tools in total for your use. You can access to these tools in 2 ways. First way, you can click on Tools from the menu bar at the top. Second way, you can scroll down to the bottom of the home page to find I want to explore Research Methods Tools area. This is where all our tools sit, and as you can see, we have here Methods Map, Project Planner, Which Stats Test, and Reading List. Methods Maps is a visualization tool that shows you how the methods, terms, and concepts are commonly related. It is also a tool that will help you easily navigate and browse for content on our platform. The methods map will always have a starting point, all the resources that we currently have our platform for research methods. In order to have access to content, please ensure that you start your search by narrowing down depending on the type of content that you want to find. Each selection will help you further down the line to get access to the right type of content. Once you're happy with your selection, then you have access to a list with all possible results, meaning that you have a list with all the books, cases, videos, all types of resources that are currently available for your library to use. And this is how easy it is to navigate using Methods Map. Project Planner is basically a step-by-step guide to complete a research project. It offers a list of possible stages to consider when building a research project. The list with all the stages is located on the left-hand side of the platform, and as you can see, it is quite a comprehensive list, but it offers the flexibility to cater to your needs, meaning that you're in charge when selecting the type of stage that is relevant for your own research project. Each stage has a list of possible questions to ask in order to build a research project. And for each question, we are also offering all the responses needed in order to guide you through your project. Now let's get on to the platform and start to explore. Okay, so here's the Sage Research Platform. And we have on top here, the main search box where you can key in your keywords. And you have this section here, which is the content types. And over here, you have the topics. As I mentioned, your library probably may not have all the resource, but using the Sage account, so you can see all the topics here, but you may see one or two. But sometimes you can also see a green lock here, which means that the resource is not available to you. Then we also have the research methods tools here. So as I mentioned, you can click onto the tool menu here from the top, or you can scroll down to the bottom to go to the tools list. So let's say, for example, we are given a task to search for focus groups on books. So you can actually do this. You can click on books and reference here to search for it, or you can search within the entire Sage research methods and then refine your search. But since you know that it's books, you can just click directly to the books and reference here. And then from the top search box, you can then type focus groups and enter. So over here, you can see you have 1,200 results on books, but that's quite a lot to read. So how do you then refine? You can actually look for the abstract over here to just give a brief, to read a brief, whether is this what you want. Or then you can decide if you want to refine further. So you know that it's books, but you want to look at, say, for example, you just want to look for maybe handbooks, which is easier for you to use. Handbooks are actually recipe books, so it's like how-to books. So you can actually refine your search from here, handbooks, and then go to the bottom and click Apply Filter. And you can see it's a much smaller results for you to use. So, and it's easier as well. But you can also do this, you can also edit your search from here, which allows you to further refine under disciplines. Maybe you just want to look for, say, anything under business and management. and then hit enter. Let's close this one and see what I can find. Yeah. So you have further refined it down to 64 results. So how do you then save search? As I mentioned, you can then create your profile over here. I've already created my profile, so it's already here. And when you click save searches, so if this searches is something that you want to keep, like for example, you are doing this halfway and friend decided to ask you something and then you worry that this screen is going to go away, you can then save this quickly and say that this is focus group 1 and it's on today's date. And just click save. So this search is then saved for your use. And how do you go back to find your saved searches? You can go back to profile if you have already created. You can see that you can see view my profile, view my list, click on view my list. So these are the lists I've got, and you can, since that was a search that you have saved, so you can go to my searches and then look for the date that you have. Look for the search that you have. So once you click back to this one, it will go back to that particular search page of 64 results. Give it a minute here. Yeah, this is the one. So of course, you can then do a reading list. So for example, if you want to share your reading, you have already curated a list and you think that this is great for sharing, especially for teaching instructors, you would like to share this list, you can then hit this heart icon here. You can add to existing lists that you have, or you can then create a list. So for example, over here, I think I would want to create a list of a reading list called, say, my reading list for my project. Yeah, and just you can leave this optional. Of course, by default, this is a private. You can save this under private, or but if you slide this over to public, this is searchable by the public. But usually we'll leave it as private. So you can click save. Okay, so this is added to the list. So you can see that the heart is there. Yeah, you can continue to add this to your list. And then if you already got the list here, you can just add in directly. So that's how you add into this. The list is shareable, so you can share it with your colleagues or your peers, or even students for teaching instructors. Then we can go to how to access your reading list. Okay, so my profile over here, again, view my list. So by default, it goes to your list. So here is your list. And you can do this by show the list items by clicking, and you will show the list you have, which is the two titles, like the one title I think I added in, two titles that I added in here. And then going back to the tab, you can share this. Again, you can share this on social media as well as email. And you can edit the list if you decided to remove out certain books. And you can actually do a citation from here. You can actually put this using this the format that you want, and then just cite it, or you can just delete the list. So going back to this again. Okay. So the next one I want to show you is methods map. So methods map, it's a visualization tool as mentioned. So this is the wheel for you to select the broader, this to narrow down from the research methods, these are the concepts. There's a slight glitch over here. You can see some duplication, but not to worry, you'll be fixed later. And then if you click on view more, you can see more of the concepts here. Let me just try using data collection. And I want to refine it further to quantitative data collection. And also I want to refine it further to survey and finally to online surveys. You can see that this is the last segment that you don't have any more to narrow it down. So, and from here, you can see you have all the content that's on online surveys. So I have 200 over results, but again, like I say, your libraries may not have everything, so you have a smaller number than me. And you can then browse through the content from here. But again, if you are keen to look at certain specific content types, you can then click on books to further refine it. Of course, you have to click apply, and then you have a smaller number. And it allows you, of course, the pop-up will be the most relevant results for you, and then you can search, you can read further. So this is the one. So next I'm going to go for, let's say, for example, you are looking at cases, and cases are actually case studies written by researchers themselves. They have used this method. They will share with you how they feel about using this method and what sort of results they got, what are the pitfalls, what are the mistakes that they have made, and also what are the successes they have encountered. So cases is the one that you can see, okay, instead of making the mistakes yourself, you can then search and see whether if there's anything that you need to take note of when you do your research. So cases are, and they are actually, you can search via disciplines over here again. And you can also say, I already know the method. So just now we have search for online survey, right? So we can then click on O and search for online surveys. So if you have selected online surveys, you can then see, these are the cases that's written by so many people on online surveys and what kind of pitfalls they encounter. So let's pick one of them. So I'll just click one. And for case studies, this is especially for training, teaching instructors. You can see this is the learning outcomes that you can achieve by choosing the case. You can also scroll it down to the bottom. Okay, each cases are unique. So every questions over here are unique, especially in terms of the materials are customized. Right to bottom. Okay, so here's the one. So we have discussion questions over here for teaching instructors to see whether what kind of questions people can talk about and use it for your class. Now, of course, there's also a multiple choice questions here. Not everyone has it, but this one has got multiple choice questions quiz here to test whether if you understand it. So let me just do a quick click on and see how I fare. Have I missed out anyone? Okay, so this one. Okay, so you can see this is incorrect. So the correct answer is this one. So you can then cross-check whether your understanding is correct. So this one I totally got it wrong. So you can start all over again if you want to just redo this. So this is the one. But of course, when you scroll to here, on this side of it, you can just also go back to the methods map to look at other tools or other research methodologies that you have to help you in your research. So that's the one. And finally, let me go back to the top again. So over here, the topmost menu over here are actually different Sage resources. But because right now we are going through the Sage research methods, so just keep your green bar here. And if your university has got other materials, other resources by Sage, you can also go in, but otherwise usually we just keep it here. So this is the quickest method to get to the main page. Then for data sets, similarly, you're able to then use disciplines or by the different methods, or if you are keen to do qualitative methods or quantitative methods, you have selection here. and as if you have the access to all the collections, you can also click here to browse by it if you are very familiar with the platform. So data sets are actually clean data. So when you need to do some testings using your statistical software, you can then download this data. Let me just find one for you, and you can then understand what I mean. So let's just click on this one. So there are data sets. So you can just download it either from into your R program or into your Excel or into your Python. You can then just download it and use it. These are the data sets with no noise. They're all clean, and it's for you to do your practice. Of course, there are other types, podcasts and videos. Again, it depends on whether your university has got the access to all this. So I think I won't go through that, but you can actually explore on your own. So let me just go back to my slide.